I was coming from work, and it was a very hot summer day. I happened to fall asleep just before I arrived at my stop, and I discovered that between bus stops, and I jumped up and ran to the door to get off the bus at the next stop. And as I got off the bus, there was a young boy there. I would say probably at that time Bruce was 12 or 13. He was there along with another young man and some girls, and they had Message magazines in their hands, and they were presenting and introducing Message magazine to interested passersby. And I, of course, purchased the magazine, and he told me about his church and where he attended, and that served the basis for my further inquiry. And eventually I attended that church and became a member of the Capital City SDA Church in Indianapolis. You didn't have to spend a lot of time trying to understand the mission of Message magazine. You realized immediately when you related that to your conversation with this individual, to Bruce Seawood, you felt you knew quite a bit about Message, that it was a Message magazine rooted and grounded in the Christian message of Jesus Christ, and his mission to save man and to seek and to save the lost. Even though I was reared a Christian, I was never that involved with Seventh-day Adventists, and had some interest in it, and eventually had lessons, Bible study lessons and so forth, and found my way to where I made a decision that this is where I want to go. I want to seek and find more information about the Seventh-day Adventists, because they appear to me to be the true spokesman for Christ. I think the message from Message magazine about end times, it's fundamentally biblically based, but it tries to present the stories and the scriptural references to end times from the perspective of the black community. The basic premise is the same, that these prophecies that deal with end time are used by Message magazine to teach people about the importance of our salvation, and the importance, not just our salvation, but the importance of our relationship with Jesus Christ in connection with the end times. Because our end time is pretty much sealed if we're not going to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I think Message brings this out with anecdotes, with examples, and with human interest stories. And I think Message realizes that people are going through all kinds of life circumstances, especially blacks, because we're still struggling more so than other populations. We're still struggling to deal with some of the practical issues of life, the economy, food, clothing, shelter, so that as some of us are able to get out and become affluent and have means to overcome a lot of those problems, sometimes there's a tendency to ease just a tad away from faith. I think Message is critical in keeping the focus. Let me just say that I'm very impressed and pleased, and congratulate Message magazine for your various ministries, and particularly for your connection with God's people, with churches.